Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? It's Grugs of Legion Tactical Cutlery. We are back at the Legion Outpost, and at the chopping block is a Fox Knives FKMD Fox Combat Jungle Knife, model number FX-133MGT. Today, this is what's up. We're going to test this out. We're going to use this log for chopping and processing, and I might have some plastic tubing to test out this knife. Kind of curious, so stick around, guys. All right, I cannot wait to get into this knife. I'm going to do some close-ups of this knife. Going to talk about the sheath, which I neglected to do yesterday in the Legion Live, and I will do that today for everybody. I've got specs, I've got some good testing coming up. It's going to be great. All right, but before we get into any of it, what is in your pocket, ladies and gentlemen? As usual, I am carrying the Cold Steel Bush Ranger. On my hip, I am carrying the Work Tough Gear Red Wolf. This is a badass blade, guys. All right, let me know in the comments below what you guys are carrying. It is much appreciated. Veterans, military personnel, welcome, guys. You all have a place here. We love you guys. Thank you very much for your service. All right, troops, let's get into some quick specs. Okay, this is the Fox Combat Jungle, designed by Fox Knives, model number FX-133MGT. Blade steel is N690 Cobalt stainless steel. Hardness is HRC 58 to 60. The blade coating is a black hydro glider. Handle is canvas micarta in olive drab green. Blade length is 7.48 inches. Overall length is 12.60 inches. Blade thickness is 0.24 inch. And the weight of this package, including the sheath, is 12.87 ounces. This is a nice knife. I guess because it's over 7 inches, it qualifies as a combat knife. Let's take a quick close-up look. Drop point blade. You have a few swedges over here. It is a flat grind, high saber flat grind. Jimping. The actual model number is etched on the blade. Okay, removable scales, full-tang, generous sharpening choil. Good for some close-up work, very comfortable. This part of the blade is not digging into the skin whatsoever. Very comfortable handle, nicely contoured for a positive grip in the hand. You can definitely use it in multiple grips, forward, reverse, and it's pretty nice. It has a protruding tang, possible skull crusher, as you can see right here. I did add a lanyard to this, and it does have an option for a lanyard hole. Again, like I had mentioned, removable scales. Jimping, very nice jimping. This one is a little aggressive, a little sharp here on the sides. Now, it doesn't bother me with the thumb. It's this area right here that I have a little problem with. If you could see, there's some coating that's been removed. And I think it might be a little bit of a hot spot in this area right here. But we're going to find out. I am going to wear gloves, and you know, it'll be good. It'll be a good test. Now I'm going to put this down. Let's take a quick look at this sheath. Okay, the sheath did come with leg straps. In fact, 2 of them, and they went through these this Molle compatible sheath over here. I thought it was too busy. It's a lot. It's just a lot of stuff dangling, so I took them off. I actually have them in my backpack to strap other things onto my backpack if I wanted to. It's actually good just to use for other utility. It does have a pouch. Okay. If you put a smaller knife or emergency kit in there. Okay, there is a plastic insert, as you can see. This is a snap. It's not nylon, but it's some kind of tough plastic, but it's pretty nice. Okay. You could have it in a couple of different configurations. As you can see, this can come off, this dangler piece. I guess if you want a little bit to ride higher on your hip, it is a possibility. It is a generous belt loop. If you really wanted to dangle and use the leg straps, I guess you could put it on your belt over here. And again, this is also adjustable. So in my opinion, pretty versatile, a pretty versatile sheath. The only thing I noticed is when you do pop in the knife in the sheath, it's not in there that tight, but with the snap, should be okay. All right, those are the quick specs. That's a quick look of this blade. I say it's time to get to work. All right, we're going to be processing this log right here. It's small. It's maybe about, I don't know, 1.5 inches in diameter. You know what? Let's get to work. All right, let's get to chopping. So far, so good. Definitely chips flying all over the place. Now, if you could see, it's quite a belly and quite a curvature over here on the blade. But so far, it's making for some quick work for chopping, which is really nice. Because I am using the forward part of the blade. Definitely getting some deep cuts, as you guys could see. Look at that. Very nice, very nice. So I didn't want to use too big of a log today because my videos have been going way too long, in my opinion, but very comfortable with the handle. I actually should put the lanyard on my wrist. Let me do that. And let's keep on going, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look at those bites. Let's see if I use different parts of the blade also. I'm using the rear part, middle, looks like the most effective though is the front part, but I want to get an idea of what this steel can do. So we'll just keep on chopping. Wow, look at that. That's using the rear part of the blade. Let's keep going. Let's see. All right. Very cool. That's great. Let's do a sharpness test. Let's see. Just trying to figure out the sweet spot, but so far she's shaving. Look at that little curl right there. All right, I think we're looking good. Let's do some batoning. All right, let's do some batoning, vertical and horizontal. No problem. No problem at all. Do it again. Very nice. Easy work, easy work. Let's do this thick piece right here. Oh yeah. Easy. Look at that. Going right through. Wow. That's pretty cool. One more. That was a dud. Let's do another one. grind makes it easy. Just glides right through. All right, cool. Got ourselves some feather sticks. Now let's do some horizontal batoning. This will cover the whole blade. Now we're getting some hits on the knife. And the handle is still very comfortable. I don't really feel any shock. It's pretty good. Very nice. Wow, look at that. Very cool. Let's see if we could baton through this knot right here. No problem. No problem. Let's do this sucker. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. What a great way to baton, in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at the sharpness test. Let's see. Still making shavings. Hopefully I can do a close-up on this and show you guys. Look at those shavings. So far so good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do some feather sticking. All right, troops, I did have my reservation about this curve over here on the knife, but you know what? For batoning, vertical, horizontal, for chopping, I tell you, that's really nice, this curvature, you know? I would say this knife is more utility combat, but, you know, fantastic. All right, let's get to do some feather sticking. Got to find the sweet spot. There we go. Still sharp. Still looking good. Again, I'm not the greatest feather sticker, but I do the job. See if I can get you guys a nice bouquet. Very nice, guys, very nice. Let's see. Give you a close-up of that. Good stuff. All right. Let's do one more. Got to find that sweet spot. Oh, she's doing it. We'll just keep on cutting the curls. There we go. Whoops. What are you going to do? That stuff happens. getting that sweet spot. Once you get that sweet spot, there's no stopping. All right, look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Good job, Grugs. Take a look at those curls. Check it out. Look at that. All right, let's do some chopping fun. All right, since this is so blade heavy, I'm kind of curious to see how well it does some chopping tests. So I got some thin logs or thin baton wood to thick. We're gonna give it a go. That worked nice. That worked really nice. Now this is a nice thick one. Oh, that was great. Here's a really nice thick one. Let's see what we could do with this. Deep bite though. Look at that. Look at that gash. That's one way to make a notch. Look at that deep. Look how deep that went. This should do it. Maybe not. Ah, all right, cool. All right, I'm curious to see individual curls and close-up work with that curvature over here. Yeah, she's doing good. Yep, look at that. Definitely do some fine work. Good control. Not bad. Not bad at all. Gonna make a good Legion light up with this. All right, cool. Let's do, I say we do a tip test with this. I'm gonna stab right into this piece of wood right here and see if I could split it. Oh yeah, look at that. Very nice. Tip's looking good so far. Let's see if we could do it again. In a minute, I'm going to grab that other piece of wood and we're going to do some side to side. Okay. Oh, this is great. This is definitely an outdoor utility combat knife, man. Oh wow, that's awesome. That's great. That's great, guys. Nice, nice. There's a nice thick piece right here. Let's do this piece right here. All right. Nice. All right, cool. I'm gonna get that piece of wood and we're gonna do some good tip testing. All right, folks. This is the side that I tested the other day. We're going to use this side right here. Nice and clean. This steel is pretty good. Nice. Look at that. So far that tip looks good. Oops. You know, this will be good if you needed to take off some bark off the tree, some tough bark, you know. This is awesome. Let's do some side to side. Oh, looking good, man. Fox knives, baby. This thing is just chewing this up. That's impressive. All right, very cool. Very cool, look at that. Let's drill a little hole. All right, looking good. Check it out. Looking good. All right, after all that, I just want to check to see the sharpness level of this steel. Just a simple piece of bark. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if I can get the tip over here. Yeah. That still pretty good, pretty sharp, nice. I'm digging this steel. I'm digging this knife. You know, I mean, this thing so far is killer. All right, troops, I don't normally do this, but I did find some of this discarded. I think this is tubing that they put underground for the lawns. I'm not sure, but I did find some plastic tubing. It's pretty decently thick, and I just want to show you, you know, how sharp this is still, and it's doing a fine job. So let's do a little cutting. I guess as a bushcrafter or somebody camping, sometime you find a resource, you take advantage of it. I mean, I wouldn't know exactly what to do with this at this point, but you know, it's a possibility that you can find anything out in the woods, and you know, your tool is going to be able to help you accomplish whatever task it is that you need. I am going to use a tip for this. Just thinking of smart ways to do things without getting hurt. All right, so that's using the tip. Let's see how it slices. You got to bear with me, guys. This is something I am not used to, and I definitely don't want to get hurt. All right, there she goes. It is slicing. That's cool. Okay, and then one other thing I'd like to do, check it out. Let's see if this works. There you go, straight down. That's pretty cool. Let's try this one. Go. Not the greatest test in the world, but at least I found something different for you guys to check out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I am impressed. And by the way, I did fix the lanyard over here. I do have a lighter. I always keep one with me just in case, and I did fix the lanyard over here. But I am impressed with this knife. I had my reservations of this huge curvature, but man, I'll tell you guys what, I'd rather take this into the field than the Fox Bushman, believe it or not. This is a fantastic design. I'm really excited about this knife, man. I'm glad that I'm showing it to all you guys. As you can see, I processed that huge log. I used the whole thing this time. I didn't use any of it as a background drop, but that whole log has been processed. It did a fine job with feather sticking, and it's still really, really sharp. Ladies and gentlemen, This knife is fantastic. And there's only one other thing to test. I want to test out the spine. I just did a little bit of testing with this jimping, and it did okay, but we're going to do a better test in a second or two. Let me get a piece of paper. I want to show you how sharp this knife still is. It's pretty insane. All right, I did forget to mention, for the first time, I did find some discarded material, which is some plastic tubing that I think is used for tubing for watering the grass, and it did a fine job. I mean, you know, again, you find resources out in the field, you could think of ways to use them, and it did a fine job of cutting. Okay, so let's check out this paper test real quick. See if I could do it. There we go, look at that. So definitely still sharp. I am very impressed with this knife. All right, let's get to the Legion light up and checking out that spine. All right, troops, let's test out the spine on this thing. Here is the fat wood, and we'll test this, the spine right over here, okay? And then we'll test the jimping, because the jimping seems to be pretty effective. So let's test out this first. Oh, she's doing it. Not as sharp as I would like, you know, but it's definitely doing it. Let's just test out the jimping now. Yeah, that's a little bit better, it looks like. Oh yeah, you can definitely get some better scraping with the jimping. That's a nice piece of fat wood right there. Yeah, the jimping is doing a fine job. You know, worst comes to worst, I would use the blade in a heartbeat. So a couple of different options on this knife, but so far the best is right here. Nice little pile right there. All right, I'm going to mix this all in, and then we're going to see if this spine will spark a ferro rod. All right, there we go. That's that ferro rod that I use. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of a spark right there. That's good. So let's see the jimping side. Much better. There we go. Legion has been honored, ladies and gentlemen. So the jimping did way better than this over here. All right, this is fantastic. So luckily I have this place all to myself. So I do have a wind barrier, and we're just gonna let this burn real nice. I'm gonna use this little feather stick right here. Let it burn. This is an honor for the Legion. I want to shout out Scabs at Choir Boys Cutlery. He's always shouting me out, and I want to just return the favor and let him know that I appreciate him a lot. So go check out Scabs at Choir Boys Cutlery. This knife did fantastic. It's awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Phenomenal, phenomenal knife. Phenomenal knife. All right, cool. Better off doesn't get too wild. But yeah, this has been Gruggs of Legion Tactical Cutlery, and I want to thank you guys for stopping by, checking out this video. I really appreciate you guys, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits. You guys all rock. I really do appreciate it. Vets and military, thank you again for your service. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to bring some awareness, hashtag 22 a day, hashtag 22 a day or more. There are veterans, there are military people that come out of the service and they face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. At the end of this video are a couple of slides with websites, phone numbers, and links to websites to get some help, okay? Also, I will leave those in the description in the comments below. Martin Miller is a Vietnam veteran. He also has a message for you, wonderful people. Please check it out at the end of this video. Pause it, read it. It's heartfelt, and he means every word of it. All right, Legionnaires, all right, troops, and all right, new recruits, thanks again. I hope you enjoyed this video. That knife rocks. That knife is badass. I would take that over the Fox Bushman any day. I am impressed. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, at the ready. Hold the line. Legionnaires!